It's good, Chris. You must have tapped on the notification, dog. Chris, bro, how's the music? Too loud? Too low? You let me know. Help me out. Yeah? Yeah, what? Oh, the notification? Chris, you think the music's good? Perfect? Too loud? Just right. Facts. Facts. Alright. Well, I don't know what's up with this YouTube glitch, but I can't really tell how many people are in here for some reason. Like, it doesn't even say you're in here. I'm just getting this stream warmed up, you know? Well, let's see. Alright. Pull it up right here. What's going on, everybody? Alright. Take a look at some couple things going on here. Guess the first thing we can bring up is Elon buying Twitter. Well, making an offer to buy Twitter, right? It's gonna be the first subject we go over. Let's see. Let's see what he posted here. We're front and center. First, Twitter MGMT express optimism on their ability to grow users by an accelerated pace. Prior periods, however, remain below the forecast. Yo, what's good, Adam? How's it going, bro? We got a couple things to look at. So, let's see. We wanted to look at the whole Twitter situation. It's getting a little old now, but I want to see what it is. Is it a rejection? Do they accept it? Let me know what you guys think. Unless something already happened with it, but from what I know, it's still pending here. Let's see. This is the legit SEC filing. Elon posted. Yeah. Elon R. Musk. Okay. 73 million in voting power. Let's see. Person 9.1% of the company. Yeah, if you haven't heard, Elon's not the biggest holder of Twitter. It's actually Vanguard. And I guarantee you, if they decline his offer publicly, that thing is gonna dump. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can tell you that Elon is not. I bet he's not gonna hold his shares. Definitely not gonna hold his shares. If Twitter declines his offer here. Sorry guys, I have to show this because for some reason it's not telling me how many people are in here unless I go on the actual video. On April 13th, the reporting person delivered a letter to the issuer which contained a non-binding proposal to acquire all the outstanding common stock of the issuer not owned by the reporting person for all cash consideration. Valuing the common stock at $54.20 per share, the proposed transaction, this represents 4% premium, yada, yada, yada. Well, let's take a look at the stock in general. See how Twitter has been doing before all this controversy. Take a look at Twitter as a whole, as a stock, right? This is the range. Okay. I'd say on average, right? Twitter's probably close to a $39 stock. Probably a $38 stock. What's good, Jason? How's it going, bro? Yeah, I'd say Twitter's close to a $38 stock, $39 stock on average, and Elon's valuing it with his offer at $54.50. Now, this is a high offer for Twitter, especially because when he bought 9% of the company, what he could tell us was that, what did he say? He wanted to turn the Twitter headquarters into something. Let's see if we can find this. Pretty much that, like, nothing's happening, right? Twitter headquarters. Twitter doesn't do anything. There's a bot problem, which everybody exposed with the whole LMNOP stock, right? The bot issue. He wants to fix Twitter and fix freedom of speech in all aspects on the platform. I personally, I saw this this post on Twitter, and it was like, I don't know if it was serious, but it had a lot of comments and retweets. It was like some Karen freaking out, like, if Elon buys Twitter, the whole world's gonna eventually end. This, that. I don't know. What do you guys' take on that? Have you thought about holding a live conference on Twitter? There you can have live conversations in group chat. Yeah, like live calls, like AMC calls. I actually haven't thought about it. You know, I've joined a few. I've actually talked in one. I don't remember whose call it was, but there was like, I don't know, like 500 people. I talked in one a little bit ago, probably a couple months ago. It's been a while. But yeah, I'd be down to do that. I'd definitely be down to hop in a live Twitter. I mean, the ones I join on AMC and GameStop, a lot of the time I request to speak and it doesn't get followed through, so I can't really speak in those. But yeah, if I start my own, that'd be sick. Let's see, Elon Musk. I want to look up what he said about the headquarters. Elon Musk, Twitter, HQ. And just look up the basics. See what comes up top. Let's see. Yeah, like Trey says right here, I don't understand how people think Elon Musk buying out Twitter is worse than what already exists. It's not like he's already built companies up from the verge of bankruptcy or anything. I'd take that over the employees not showing up to HQ. Yeah, see, there's an example right here, just looking it up, right? Oh, 54.20 a share. Sorry, not 54.50. Either way, still, I don't think Twitter's that high of a stock price, honestly. I mean, without this controversy, it was hanging out a lot lower than what it's at. So you get the whole idea here, right? Staff not showing up to headquarters, headquarters being dead. There's a bot issue. I can show you personally the bot issue going on. I can show you right now. Look at this. This is bots tagging me in like a bunch of bullshit. You know, NFTs and shit like that. Another one. Another one. So many bot issues right here. So many bot issues. I can say from a personal standpoint. Yeah, if Elon buys Twitter, stock will explode. Yeah, definitely. I would say right now, if you're in Twitter, you better be on top of the news. Post notifications on for sure for Elon's Twitter. Yeah, if Elon buys Twitter and he's valuing at $54.20, and the stock is currently trading at $45.08, I can tell you right now it's more than likely to pass $54.20. And honestly, after that level, you're at least going up probably to a $60 stock. Honestly, ultimately to a $60 stock. I thought this was a gap fill, not quite a gap fill right here, but yeah, probably going up to a $60 stock, which would be from where it's at, right? would be about a 33% increase. But I can tell you that if they reject and decline his offer, you're coming at least down to more than likely 38. More than likely 38. So you're risking about 16% for a 33 or more percent gain, right? This could definitely skyrocket higher than that. What's your opinion on the executive order initiating the squeeze? Like last January, it ran up because of it. I saw that. Are you talking about the Reddit? Are you talking about the Reddit posts? I don't know how much I looked into that, but you know what? Let's do it. I've been hearing some stuff about that executive order. If this loads up here. If you want to give me a little bit more elaboration here, the closer, right? The closer. Yeah, if you want to give me a little bit more while I search this up. I don't know why it's not loading here. Probably excessive tabs open, to be honest. Let's get this out of here. Let's see. I believe it's an AMC stock. Okay. AMC. Okay, AMC stock, chat lounge, the bubble is popping, bullish. Okay, I think we're going to have to go down to the due diligence, educational due diligence flare. It expires June 3rd. Okay, I've been hearing both of these dates. Let's see, trade is wrong, MOS, AMC stock, not normal, completely rigged, reported shares on low, nothing changed, million, tell your own broker. Let's see. Executive orders leading to margin calls. This is it. That's what I did look at. Executive orders leading to margin calls are the reason AMC stock ran in January and June 2021 and why it will run again in the future. If complete market collapse doesn't force shorts to cover first, next stop June 3rd, 2021. Is there any links? Any links under here? Well, I know part of the June run-up, right? Depending on what these executive orders are, right? Because order. Depending on what these executive orders were, they didn't trigger all margin calls, right? Otherwise, short interest would have went to zero. Let's see, Yahoo. Boss Blunts is the one talking about it. Right, I want to see if Yahoo actually puts it out at all. I doubt they will. If this is really the thing. But let's go check out. What you're talking about, Boss Blunts here. Don't believe I have a YouTube tab open already. Okay. I know someone had me look him up in another video as well. Oh, typed it wrong, but let's see, Boss Blunts. We'll just do AMC. It should pop up. Is this it? The Butcher of Wall Street? Boss Blunts. Make sure this is the right channel. Boss Blunts interviewed Froggy Styles show. Let's see, the margin calls due to the bonds in China being liquidated. It is utilized leverage from the bonds in China. It's running dry, especially Evergrande going under. Yeah, every time I hear something, I get super speculative just because I assume, right, the bigger money, bigger pockets are always ahead of the game. But yeah, you're right, they can get hit with something. China sanctions hedge funds. I'm trying to find executive order. Something about executive order on Boss Blunt's page. Let's see. I don't know if you guys are gonna get the sound for this.
Wall Street, Boss Blunts.
Let me know if you guys get the sound for this.
Here to be a little obnoxious and answer some questions for you.
I'm gonna skip through this.
$2.7 trillion of mortgage-backed securities. If the banks are also trying to offload this shit, there's no other players out.
I'm gonna skim through.
I don't know if I'm aware of exactly which bailout you're talking about. I do know that in the 2 years after, from 2008 to 2010 alone, in that 2-year period, the United States printed $30 trillion that they gave to central banks around the world and countries worldwide, as well as here to banks in the States. You know, BlackRock, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Goldman, all these cats. Some of them, like Lehman Brothers, were left to collapse, and they were allowed to be bought up for pennies on the dollar from other banks. Meanwhile, they continued to collect the money that was owed to Lehman Brothers in full. I know after 2010, due to a FOIA request from the Blaze TV station of Glenn Beck, there's been an additional $40 trillion
that old hag yesterday in front of,
like the preceding 8 to 10 years.
and they prop up that old hag yesterday.
So right there alone, you're looking at almost $100 trillion. You know, so it's an absolutely absurd amount of money. And what's happening every day right now is government stimulus. That's probably what you were talking about during COVID. Let me back it up a little bit here. In September 17th, 2019, the reverse repurchase program market, it's an overnight lending market between the Federal Reserve and banks, pretty much collapsed. And when in one day, the cost to borrow basically went up to about 11%. At that moment, the Federal Reserve had to step into what is usually an automated overnight system and bail these banks out in order to reduce that cost to borrow because it was killing their liquidity. Something by the name of COVID-19 came along, and when it did, it allowed the government the ability to state that this is an emergency, and we have to file. You know, we have emergency declarations here that will allow us to print trillions and trillions of dollars and give them to these banks. And in the meanwhile, Americans were going to receive $1,400 or $1,500 or whatever it was in exchange for the $1.5 trillion that they were handing out to banks. So yeah, that is true in a sense. I just don't know how if that was another one that was more recent, because every single day the banks use this RRP program to put money into it in exchange for U.S. Treasuries from the Fed, and the next day they return it and get that money back.
Guys,
that used to be at a 0.0.
Is this the wrong article here? What I'm looking at, is this talking about just the Fed printing money? Is this about the Fed printing money? Someone let me know here. If that's the case, are you talking about the buying pressure that was put onto AMC back during those run-ups? Due to the money pump? No, okay. No, wrong one. I assume that was wrong.
New York announced that it will offer $1.5 trillion in short-term loans to banks to address, quote, highly unusual disruption.
In my opinion, I think the Federal Reserve understands it just perfectly. And they say that inflation is a lagging indicator as an excuse to be behind the curve and say that they're standing at the plate. When in reality, they're missing that curveball by a mile on purpose, but they're purposely swinging late. You see, rising inflation causes us to lose our jobs. It causes us to lose our homes. But it causes the United States government to be able to pay their debts off a little bit easier.
So here's another thing, man, because you bring up inflation. So when they started doing doing all of these reverse repos and sending out all of these loans at 0.05 or whatever, and putting a shit ton of supply, and they basically caused inflation themselves, and then they start buying back all these MBSs and put a bunch of MBSs on their balance sheet, and because of inflation, people are going to start freaking defaulting on their loans, so they're going to be holding the bag.
Yes, they're trying to unwind before that happens, but that's never going to happen. You know, they're trying to come in for a soft landing, but when you've got guys as smart as Zoltan and Marco Metzler and Michael Burry coming out and telling you that the Fed soft landing is complete bullshit, it's never going to happen, it's impossible, I think we need to take that, you know, into consideration. And we need to realize that the Fed's balance sheet asset purchases were out of sheer necessity. It's not that they don't understand, it's that they had no choice. There's no other choice. There's no way out for them but to continue to print further and further. You know what I mean? As much as that sucks. But at the end of the road here, there's a recession every single time. And the Fed knows this. They've just been trying to kick this can to get them to a point where, to get them as far as possible into or past the next midterm election here. Trillions of dollars of exposure overall, you know, like Randall just said, in these ISDA markets. And just in like real estate developers in China. We're not even talking about other kind of Chinese companies, you know, like just in that sense alone, because companies like Evergrande have $600 billion in known debt. That doesn't include all their private debt, which we don't know about. Not even one penny. They could have another $600 billion in private debt, and we don't know about it, and never will until they go to bankruptcy court.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing, man. Is there's people speculating on like 40 trillion and repo bailout. Look, if we can start making a dent and pulling
all right, guys,
our money out into the banks,
I don't want to spend the whole stream on this video, but I didn't really. That was a live stream, so it was tough to find it from a live stream. But are you guys all right? From what I'm understanding, I'm not really understanding the type of executive orders that you guys are saying cause a squeeze. Now it depends on what you're looking at. There was not one factor is gonna trigger a run up like this, in my opinion, right? Do you guys remember? Here, I can actually go back on my channel for a second here. Let's go back on my channel, and we can get this going back on here. You guys remember this? Very old video here. Hopefully I can find it on my channel. Not old. Last May. Last May here. Recount. Recall. What did I put here? Let's see. What's up? Yes, no. $10 months ago, AMC share count and what you must know. Let's see here. I don't know if that's gonna mute my. Did I leave a link? Okay, do I not have a link here? This is not the video. Okay, brief update. Jeez, why can't I find the video? Do you guys remember the share recall we had? Let's just put it that simple. Do you remember the share recall we had right before that June run-up? Now, you can call this run-up from whatever you want. But if you're looking at here, let me try and June 3rd. Let's try and find something. Let's try and find something. Just saying finance companies, the Republic of China, laws of the United States, including international national emergencies, Section 301, Title of the United States Code. Yeah, let's see what we can see here. I assume this is it. National Agency. Clear in the year November 12, 2020 with respect to the military industrial complex, People's Republic of China allows targeted to U.S. investments in Chinese companies that undermine the security of democratic values of the United States and our allies. Solidify and strengthen the previous EO to prohibit U.S. investments in the military-industrial complex. People of Russia is opposing Chinese defense surveillance technology frames. United States persons from engaging in the purpose of sale prohibits United States persons from engaging in the purchase or sale of any publicly traded securities of any person listed in the annex to the EO determined by the Secretary of Treasury in consultation with the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Treasury and the Secretary of Defense opposite have reported defense and related material sector to surveillance technology sector of the economy and the PRC to own or control, to be owned or controlled by directly companies that undermine the security of values of the United States and our allies. Gone. Lily May, gone what? Let me know what's gone. Make sure, I want to make sure the sound's not gone here. Yeah, Chris, tonight, buddy. These are subjects to the U.S. President. Being told one day, like August 2nd, 2021. August 2nd, 2021. Number of treasuries under control. Also lists 59 entities on its own industrial complex. Let's see, I want to control person who information. Okay, I think this was what DA Closer, or De Closer, the margin calls due to the bonds in China being liquidated. The hedges utilize leverage from the bonds in China. It's winning giant, especially Evergrande going under. So are you comparing what's happening with Evergrande now to the executive orders that happened, apparently triggering the run-up back in June, May? Because from my understanding, reading this over, now I could be wrong, I skimmed it, right? Expiring June 3rd, okay? Now if you come back over here, wait, was it June? Was it June 3rd or July 3rd? Oops. Whoa. Yeah, June 3rd, okay, expiring June 3rd, 2021. Okay, and here is where June 3rd, 2021. Let's bring this over here. Okay, June 3rd, 2021. Now, from my understanding, this was the expiration. Not sure. Let's see when this was passed. We got sound. Okay, yes, gone. All right. Expiring June 3rd, but didn't come into effect. Let me see until. Let me see here. This shall take effect at 12 run in Eastern Daylight. August 2nd, 2021. Okay, August 2nd, 2021. Let's go over to August 2nd. We'll take a look at what happened in this time period, right? If this is the case, right? Let's say this did cause it. I don't know how many people are in here. Let's see. We're gonna get over to Lou in a little bit when we're done with this. But all right. Let's just say this did cause it, right? This executive order, bonds liquidated Russia, whatever. Use it as leverage, right? And you saw this move up. If you come over here, I don't know how many tabs it's gonna let me open here, but can kind of look at this as a reference. Okay, failure to delivers June 2021. Okay, let's see, sec.gov. I want to find the site that has the most basic. Okay, the most basic. Check Fintel. Failure to delivers on AMC. Okay, perfect. That's what we want. So if this is the case, and this did cause it, right? This move up, what you're looking at happen, what you could be looking at happen, right? What's up with these ads? Failure to delivers. They stopped right here, right around May 21st. They stopped for about a grip right here, May 21st. Let me see, May 21st. Stopped right about here. Okay, plunge this down. Okay, this is where they tried throwing a rock in the momentum. Failure to delivers, and this is where it stopped. Okay, it's where it stopped. This line, right? Stopped for a bit. Okay, didn't completely stop, but it definitely died down here. And that's when you saw the skyrocket. And as soon as you hit the peak, right? What was happening? So if you take a look at this article, right? They got out, expired June 3rd. Okay, this could have been passed. What most likely was passed due to what you guys are telling me. And then you saw failure to delivers, massive spike, right? This was a waiting game for them and waiting for them to die down. Chances are, right, when the momentum, this momentum right here, this entire spot, this is where they were trying to control it. You can see it right here. Completely see it right here, right? This is all fake price movement, okay? You would have definitely kept going past the peak at 72, right? You would have definitely continued to move after that, for sure, 100%. This is where they stumped the momentum, okay, right? Now, when was the most recent, let's see here. Let's get this out of here. Executive order, we can get this out of here. AMC stock, get this out of here, right? When was the most recent? Right. Evergreen default. Evergreen defaults on its debt. Let's see, December 9th, 2021. So around this time frame we can look at, right? Between December and January. Okay, we can look at this time frame. December and January. Okay, so you're looking at from here, right, December, down to December through January. This is odd. This is odd. And this is to the T. This is exact, and you're watching it live time. December 1st, January 31st. What does this look like? Here are the failures to deliver out for these. January, all right, December to January. Really not much. Let's see. Can we look at options chain here? Can we look at previous options chain? Okay, apparently not on here. Let me see here. Date. More info. Option data. I think these only have. Let's see. Probably can go on Unusual Worlds and find this as well. Let's see, options chain. Oh, Yahoo. I don't really want to check that. We can take a look right here real quick at Market Watch. Let me see here. Can we not see historical? Let's see, historical quotes. Right. Right. Let's see. We want a start date of December 1st and an end date of January 31st. Update results. Okay, let's see. Volume on these contracts here. High, low. This brings me to another theory actually as well. Here we can actually bring it up, right? Dark pool. My guy, Dark pool. That's not the one here. The real dark pool. The real dark pool had some good DD on. Let's see. $100,000 walk price down. Okay. All right. Can't find it right here, and we're not going to spend the entire time scrolling, right? This to me, I want to figure out what this is because the way this is lining up is absurd. And for all the new people hopping in, right? We went over some sort of executive order, right? That was expiring June 3rd, 2021. Someone in the chat, shout out to De Closer, right? Margin calls due to bonds in China being liquidated. The hedges utilize leverage in bonds in China. It's running dry, especially the Evergrande going under. Now, relating Evergrande going under, which the most recent you saw was you could take from December, right? December to January. You can take both of those months, and around that time frame, Evergrande wasn't looking good. So if you take this, right, and this theory is correct with the executive order, okay, this is where it expired. Okay, let me remove some of this so you guys can see this. Remember, we're looking at this shit live, guys, so it's not going to be found out as quick as you see in the videos, right? Because in the videos, it takes digging and it takes to be set up. Right now, we're just really looking. We're just speculating right now. This, right, this line is where this expiration was. The run up here, okay, this move, okay, when this executive order was passed, okay, these bonds were being worthless, aka getting closer to margin calls, right? My best bet is, somewhere up here, right? Margin calls. Why would that be? Why did they stump the momentum? Well, that's probably more than likely the reason. Well, okay, did they stump the momentum? How did they stump the momentum? They most definitely stumped the momentum. You can tell by the failure to deliver right here that actually dragged the price down. You can see it in that chart, and you can see it right here, right? Dragging the price down, okay, on AMC. Now, when was the next time Evergrande had an issue, which we just went over? You can look at December and January, okay? December 2021 to January 2022. What had happened? And this is to the T. This is December 1st, January 31st, right here, right? This is the move you're looking at. Move, okay? Absolute move. But the thing that's happening, right, in this 65% move to the downside is right around the time I said there would be cycles. Not only that, but you're not seeing, right, at least what's reported to us, you're not seeing failure to delivers start to scoop up in this time frame at all. They're not really happening anywhere. So you come up from here all the way down to here, and this is exactly the time the Evergrande situation was happening. Now, before we move on to anything else, right? We were going to talk about the real dark pool and the DD about walking the price down 100,000 shares by 100,000 shares. And let me make sure. Let me check this. Make sure everything is good here. Okay. Let's correlate the SPY real quick. Right. December 1st. January 31st. Okay, you can see a little bit of a dip and chop in the SPY, and this is probably where they made it look real, right? The real and relevant. Okay, this dip, right? This dip, because you saw the same thing sort of happen on the SPY. But if this issue with Evergrande, right, happened back here, wouldn't this as well damage the SPY? Let's take a look. Right, May. Well, I mean, it would, right? It would, right? We're gonna go to May. Absolutely didn't touch the SPY. Absolutely didn't touch the SPY whatsoever. Why is that, right? Why is that? And then you saw this. Let's see. Let's mark this, and I guarantee it'll correlate over to AMC, right? September 3rd. We'll put it there, somewhere around that time zone. You can take a look here. Where's September 3rd? Right? September 3rd. As easy as 1, 2, 3. Okay, sell off. Well, if you're saying most of the time, well, now it's positive beta, right? The stock had an overall negative beta. Well, what's happening? What's happening here, right? What's happening here, right? Ultimately, because, right? If Evergrande affected the SPY here, why didn't it affect the SPY here? Okay, if AMC had positive beta here, and this honestly brings up another point, right? If you bring AMC over the SPY, right? Just as an example, these two white lines back here, right? This is the first run up, second run up, and where we're at now. The orange is AMC. We can delete all the drawings here so you guys can actually see quite clearly, right? What happened to the negative beta and when did it stop? Now, if you take a look, right, the SPY, okay, SPY kept cranking here, after a little bit of a COVID dip. Now, while you could say, okay, well, it was the COVID, right? COVID is what turned negative beta overall on the stock because no one's going to be going to movie theaters; they're closing down. Okay, so when you had this big drop, to keep it simple, had this big drop, you also had the drop in AMC. Okay, drop in AMC back here. SPY kept pumping, right? AMC didn't quite rebound. Right? It was getting stuck. It's getting stuck right here. And if you take a look, right, at when AMC had negative beta, you're going to find that this time frame is when negative beta was really in use. I mean, you don't have to have a perfect trend line for the overall SPY to know the overall trend. It's an index fund. It's probably the most popular ETF to invest in, right? This is where you see negative beta. This is the entire spot you see negative beta on the stock until about let's see until about right here. Okay, let's see what happened right here. Okay. Negative beta turned into positive, right? Right, you're seeing correlation right here. Now this is similar, right? You saw this move in the SPY, okay? That started about saw the move in the SPY that started about here. AMC had quite a bit of a pre-move to it, right? Quite a bit of a little bit of a pre-move happened before the SPY. And let's see, where do you see this? You can see the same thing right here, right? Bang, bang, okay? Happened a bit before the SPY. Very, very similar to what you're seeing happen here. I think after this dip, right? The dip from where actually COVID hit. I think hedge funds were in trouble. And this is where, somewhere in this time period where cycles actually began, right? So you see this early sell-off in the SPY, early rebound, okay, correlated, sell-off, correlated. Now SPY can go, of course, one of two ways here. Of course, one of two ways, right? All right. So let's say cycles did start around this time period. Let's say right after this dip, where hedge funds were in trouble here. I'd say that's about the time frame, right? Shorts are in trouble. Okay. Let's see, where did these cycles actually happen to close in on each other? Okay, cycle dip. take a look at this correlation, right? Bottomed out SPY, very dangerous for hedge funds. Most invested index, right? Take a look at this correlation. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Now it's sort of, it's either this, right? Or some sort of inverse pattern here. And if that's the case, what you're going to see, of course, is a move to the upside if it's inverse. All right. That was fun. What's up, bro? Roulette Master. How's it going? Appreciate you hopping in. Oh, we just went over a bunch of stuff. What else did we have to go over? I wrote a little bit down. It wasn't much. PG&E CEO, 50 million, right? PG&E CEO. Okay. This was some controversial, a controversial subject. Let me see. Let's see. CEO, 50 million. Where's the news on this thing? Let's check Twitter. Whoa. UN has warned Ukraine war could trigger 20% food price rise. Better fucking stack up on that ramen. Let's see. Fidelity raises GME borrow rate to 7.75, previous 6.5. This is another thing I wanted to bring up right before we get into the PG&E situation. I wanted to bring up GameStop. And I thought this was really interesting. Not really interesting. Kind of expected it, but ultimately, I think GameStop is really the leader of the pack here. I think GameStop is really planning on having its run a bit sooner than AMC, just based off of the numbers, right? Cost to borrow creeping up a substantial amount day in and day out. Something to talk about, which is going to lead into the next subject. Do I not have a YouTube pulled up here? Which is going to lead into another subject that I wanted to bring up. Okay. I saw one of Lou's videos yesterday, and it was a really simple video, but it is exactly how I was feeling. And I was thinking about, okay, well, we could either post a video and react to this, or just talk about it on live. Didn't really plan it, but let's see which one is. We'll just go to his account here. Okay, Lou. AMC talk is pretty much dead right now. This is the video that I wanted to bring up. Now, if you guys haven't seen this, don't worry. We're going to play it, and you should have sound here.
Your back, people.
Okay.
But I wanted to say something. Look, this channel, like I try to put out as much information I can on anything pertaining to AMC. But at the end of the day, it runs its course, because then you step over into what's going on in the market. AMC is only a little bit of information. At the end of the day,
guys,
it's the
watch
market.
it.
This has always been about
And
the
then
market. And some people are like, well, more content. I'm like, well, right now there's nothing going on. It's a market thing. It's a market thing. It's an economy thing. It's a government thing. It's that kind of stuff, which is normal, which is what Wall Street is. That's why it's a lot of, things that are being redone. I think that people need to like pull back a little bit, because AMC at the end of the day is kind of a boring play to watch. It's like really right now, unless something really happens, sometimes it's, some funds that crack some jokes and stuff like that. But it's like right now, and some of the emails that I'm getting, I'm just like, yeah, that's nothing to do with us. Like, but I understand, because it's out there and you want to know everything you can about this play. That's not going to make the play move forward. It's not, something happens, whatever, I hear about it, I'll put it out there. I don't give a fuck if it's out there. I'm not just going to put, Jim Cramer said, and this person, that, fuck, it doesn't. Things happen along the way. A lot of things are happening right now. A ton of fucking things are happening right now. And I'm in shut the fuck up mode, and I'm not going to get into all that shit because at the end of the day, it's not my place to, whatever. And right now, it's not going to affect me right now. So I'd rather, talk about fucking like the time Benny fought this guy in a wheelchair on the bus, things like that. Why? Because at the end, we're passing time until things happen. Anything happens, any new development stuff, I'll fucking put it out there.
All right, guys. This is a video that I actually agreed with. Now, some things, right, I didn't just listen to the whole thing again. I already saw this video. Some things I may not agree with, so don't say I agree with anything. But what I do agree with is the title, right? AMC Talk is pretty much dead right now. So, if you haven't been keeping up with the channel, the past week or so, the content, right? The content has been very bland, and there's reasons, right? I'm not gonna say it's because AMC Talk is dead. I'm gonna say there's some things that I've been working on behind the scenes. There's also some things that I have been busy with for the channel that you guys will see very, very soon. But other reasons like bland price predictions, and I kind of just want to give my update for the people waiting for an update. But AMC Talk is pretty much dead right now, and what this means to me is the waiting game is on. It's up, right? There's nothing more to say about the waiting game on AMC. We don't control this price action. We don't control this price movement. Depending on what you think will trigger the squeeze, right? Whether it's an executive order, whether it's cycles, depending on your technical analysis patterns, whether you think it's a share recall, share recount, whatever you want to call it, gamma FOMO. There's several different reasons why. But do you ever feel like you wake up and every single week there's always another reason why AMC could squeeze this week? Because I don't know about you, but I feel that way, right? Anticipation. There's a difference between anticipation and being let down, and I do think I'm waiting, right? I'm in this till Moas or zero, but I think this waiting game is really, really, really a waiting game, and everything coming out about it, whether you think it's substantial or not for the week to come. Now, I'm not saying don't watch my videos, right? I'm not going to say that. I mean, you don't have to, but the things that come out week by week, why it could squeeze this week, if that's stressing you out, or if it's getting you mad when you see, you wake up and AMC's down 4%, 5%, 6%, 1%, right? Or not even moving, right? Up a percent, up 2%. If that's stressing you out, your best bet is to wait until you have, unless you play calls and puts, sure, right? Watch the price action every day if you're a consistent trader. Or, of course, you have people that you have to answer to, right? A fan base, right? But until you see another one of these, 45% days, right? Big ass green candle. I wouldn't say anything substantial enough to pay attention to. Now, AMC, it's looking decent. This is not pretty, of course. Absolutely not pretty. But GameStop, like I said, leading the way. I think AMC will follow, and I like how GameStop is curling up right now. I really do. This is a beautiful thing to see because it's bouncing off of these trend lines. And this isn't pretty. I was just drawing this out on my own. I didn't draw this out for the stream. But the way it's set up, right? You get a rejection, breakthrough on these lines, right? You come up and you hug it, start using it as support. And same thing happens, you come through. And honestly, this is so sloppy, super sloppy, but it works. It really does work. Now, there's a couple things that could happen here, right? if you're basing it off of a cycle format, right? What you could see is GameStop come up to about 180 or so, get a double top. This is not a good case scenario, right? Come back down to this trend line, 126, before you get that move up, honestly. Or, right, this curling up is a beautiful thing to see, and honestly, you just see it move. There's obviously other scenarios, but it's either you break the cycle, in my opinion, or you don't. You break the cycle or you don't. You break the cycle or you don't. And that's really it, right? For AMC, back up to about 61. And I say this because, if you break back over 61 without tough effort, I think you may have broke the cycle. You may have broken the cycle. And there's obviously things you could bring into that, but I like the OBV, on balance volume indicator. It shows that you can get an idea, right? Remember when Adam Aaron said 90% are still holding retail on the stock? You can get an idea of what the real price is. And this is going to be at $61. This is going to be at that price, right? That's where the on-balance volume is hovering, if not more, okay? So I do think if you go get over that with little effort, you may or may not have break the cycle. I like these little 40% days. They're beautiful. They're a nice thing to see. But, until you get few of them back to back to back to break the cycle, then that's really it. And I think this is going to be their last stride right here, right? Get it rejected and may or may not have a insane red day. Whatever. Some things are going to scare people out. AMC is not going to squeeze whatsoever. Not this month or next month or 6 months or not even maybe 3 years from now. Adam Montoya. Listen, man. Say whatever you want. But if there's no facts, then cool. That's what I can give you a response. Cool. That's my response to you. Great, bro. The fact that you have no faith in a stock and you're still pressing on streams with the name in it, I feel pretty upset for you. I think you missed the bus or you lost some cash in this. Or you're having a really, I'm not even cracking on you. You're probably having a really, really rough time financially. You didn't stick to your plan. You put in too much money. You're willing to lose. I think you're in your own head right now. And exactly what I was explaining is a reason to, take a step away from the stock, man. Because what I'm hearing from you does not sound healthy. Now, if you guys take a look at these touch points, right? And honestly, it's really simple. This could be a little more perfect, right? But back here, in this region here, I want to give it a little bit of a region here, right? This zone. Let's see, where did you see this happen? 1, 2, a little bit of a hiccup. Support. And then you have, let's see, resistance. Well, if this lets me draw, okay. You got a resistance spot right over here. Bang. A little bit of a hiccup, move. And chances are, if you're getting that rebound, you're going to get a little bit of a hiccup, right? 1936 to about 21. Get a little bit stuck there. Then you could see that move, and that would be some sort of identical to this. Now let's zoom out here and see if we can see anything. See if we can compare anything. Okay. Again, rejection. Right. Slight support until it's smashed through it to the downside. I mean, this level has been a key level with AMC stock before this even happened, right? In the negative beta age, okay? This is the same thing, okay? Support. This is key level for AMC. Support, right? Back here. You really can't make this shit up, right? This lets me fucking draw. Support, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's multiple different times that this touch point is severely significant. The reason they probably didn't want to let it go up more in January was because he levels, right? He levels. You know, the last time this went up to this height, AMC was a $22 stock to about a $36 stock. Okay, this was the range of the company. This was it. This was it before, you know, the run in January. And that's exactly what it would have been back here. Loss of control, move up. Really simple. Very, very simple. You know, it just so happens that you're right around that range again. Let's see. What else do we have to go over here? Oh yeah, PG&E CEO, Amazon. Okay, a couple different things. Get this out of here. We can get this out of here. What is this? Open interest on the options chain. We can get that out of there. You know, let's check real quick. Gather up some tweets. All right, PG&E. You know, we can just look. Is this the CEO? No, this is not. This is not the CEO. PG&E. Oh, my neck is killing me. As you guys can see, ripping my neck apart here. Okay, this is old. This is old stuff. This is not what I'm talking about. All right, well, we can simply go over to Trey's Trades channel, and I can show you guys this. Ultimately, you can either, you know, we can either waste time, watch this, or we can. I've already seen this video personally. I've already seen it. You know, if you guys have seen it, we don't have to watch it. But okay, my typing's off here. $50,000 bullshit. Okay.
Try 2 free weeks of cable-free live TV, then get
At least I
$50
saw
off
part
your
of it.
first month. YouTube TV
Saw
for
most of
2
it.
weeks free.
Then I remember taking in. PG&E CEO. He's gonna explain it to you right now, and this has nothing to do with
Pacific Gas
AMC or
Electric
GameStop.
CEO made over $50 million for leading the reviled utility with $1 million in 2021. While millions of California families struggled financially in 2021 due to the coronavirus pandemic, Pacific Gas and Electric CEO made over $50 million for leading the reviled utility with a history of bad investments and punitive energy bills. Now,
Perfect. Okay, that's the beginning. Now you can come over to his tweet. Okay.
$5 million cake and eating it too. This is them paraphrasing the entire situation. I just want you to know, each and every crumb I
This
took from all
is
you
the
peons
CEO.
was not only worth it, but just. The alternative was to keep my previous job, and well,
you know
that
what?
was slightly less convenient for me. You understand.
This is what we want to see.
Wow. My pay is targeted at the median of this review, and in fact, CEO of PG&E is determined by our board of directors based on their review of other utilities of our general size and complexity. The board even uses an independent expert to help them in this work. Wow. My pay is targeted at the median of this review, and in fact, my annual compensation for 2021, about $12 million, is at or slightly below the middle of the pack. The second thing to know is that most of the 50 were showing up to the door, signing the contract, 39 mil, bam. You don't like that? Maybe you should consider inheriting a trust fund. Now you might be saying to yourself, Trey, well, I'm not rich. My parents aren't rich. My grandparents aren't rich. My grandparents' aren't rich. I don't even know a rich uncle. Well, guess what? Fuck you. Have you ever thought about maybe changing families to someone who is? Huh? You ever thought about being born into a family with money? That may solve your problems. You might have to think outside the box a little bit here and look into what's really at stake, which is you don't like the fact that the CEO made a lot of money, all right? Think about inheriting a trust fund.
All right, guys, the CEO, yada, 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 made a shitload of money while people were struggling. The basic breakdown is the guy explained that money is rightfully his. You know, whatever. It's just clearing up extra drama over the weekend. But, you know, this is going to be fun. Lou, on the recommended 5 minutes ago, the new AMC movement. Let's watch it. Because why not?
What's going on, my silly little
We're hanging
motherfucker?
out here.
All right, listen, it's a simple video, but I think it's long overdue. Somebody brought it up on the comments. I'm just sitting down here, just like taking time to just recover the head. But this had me laughing, and I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna take this to the next level. Somebody said we should bring Al back. So my thinking is, let's just start this 100% movement. Hashtag bring back Al. Because let me tell you, I think it's gotten so boring lately, and we need Al back. Like not to poke fun at him, just because one, I'm not down with the whole woke agenda, whatever. So bringing back Al, so what? He was freaky. I don't give a fuck. Let him come back. At the end of the day, he'll fit right in with the AMC fucking universe here. So start it now all over the place, so Al can see this. You can see hashtag bring back Al. Hashtag monuments for life. Whatever you want to do, but bring Al back, because at the end of the day, I want him back. Whatever, it would be fucking blast. So he didn't do nothing wrong. I mean, whatever. At the end, some of you motherfuckers are more freaky than Al. So at the end of the day, hashtag bring back Al or hashtag monuments for life. Let's bring that motherfucker back. What's going on, my silly little motherfuckers? All right, listen. While I'm here, I'll take this opportunity to tell some motherfuckers to go fuck their mother. I talked about the.
All right, that was a pointless video. Amazon, obviously struggling to find workers, gonna put out some shit for to find high school workers. So if you guys are in high school and need a job, reach out to Amazon. Twitter board excluding Jack Dorsey owns 0.12% of Twitter. They have not only behind closed doors rejected Elon Musk's offer to purchase the company 20% above market value, they have threatened to dilute the shareholders' stake in the company. Criminal negligence. Yeah, I actually heard about this. Shout out Chairman on Twitter. Yeah, the Twitter board, the owners of Twitter, whatever, right now is probably honestly super corrupt. It is what it is. Let's see. So I don't own a shield. Tell my name on it so I know it's real. How are you playing Twitter? Let's see. Kathy Wood says she's been telling Twitter due to Elon Musk board drama. Selling Twitter due to the Elon Musk board drama. Yeah. I can tell you if Twitter wants to dilute and decline Musk's offer, this is what you're going to see. What you're going to see for the company. Honestly, in my opinion, what they don't have the choice here, right? If they decline Elon Musk's offer, in reality, if they decline Musk's offer, I personally don't think they have a choice. They're making a big mistake if they decline Musk's offer. If they're thinking, they don't want to give something away that they've built, worked so hard on. They stopped working hard on it. At least, let the legacy go. Like, let someone carry it on who's going to really do the work and make good changes, who the public actually likes, actually fucks with, right? What's happening is, right? Twitter has been coming to these levels and getting rejected and is now creating support on this level. Ultimately, it's just around this area, right? If this does happen, at minimum, right? If they decline, this is the new zone, right? You're coming back to this day and age where, you got the breakout right here, Cool. You got the breakout again only because of Elon, right? But ultimately, you're going to come right back to this day and age where this is what Twitter is going to be worth. It's really that simple. And if not, honestly, right, coming back down to this fucking bottom support. That's really all you got. Really all you got in the stock. I don't think they have a choice. You know, if Elon does take the company, you're really going to just see great rising in the stock overall. I don't think personally that they have a choice. How about ATR? This thing was making its own moves. I'm so glad for the people in ATR. I didn't make much off it, but I did make a little bit of money off ATR with some calls. But this thing's curling up here. Beautiful curl to the upside. I believe ATR, as well as other stocks, are of course in these cycles, right? You can see the same shit. We've went over it several times. BBIG. We'll take one for a prime example. I mean, you can see it happening right here. Look at this. This is ultimately what you're looking at, right, with BBIG. Really super simple. It really is. I believe you see this more than enough. More than enough. More than enough with BBIG. Very often. I think if there was a stock that you could predict probably to the T, you're looking at BBIG. For a small cap, medium cap play, right? A medium cap company. Let's move here because we got to plug in the laptop. Great. We're now dropping shit. Let's correlate ATR with MULN. I mean, yeah, MULN really has the same properties as BBIG. It's like the same shit right here, the sell-off, the pop. This is, I assume, going to be the start of a new one, sell-off, the pop. But let's take MULN and let's hover over BBIG. Let's see if these have any correlation. Wow. Absurdly similar. That's actually crazy how similar these companies move. Honestly, I guarantee you could add a bunch more. No, AMC. Let's put AMC in here. Extremely similar. All these stocks. This is what we mean when you don't run the market here. You don't run the market. Downtrend, right? MULN actually had this explosion right here. AMC and BBIG didn't quite, right? Had a little bit of pop. We can throw in another one, really. Sundial. SNDL. I think this is a play as well. Going through this at a much smaller scale. It's going through the same type of cycles. And you can see it, right? It's trading identical to almost to BBIG. We can bring in another one. Let's hold on. We want to keep MULN up, but let's add ATER. Okay. Can really bring so many of these in, and you're gonna see the same movements, but different explosions at different times, right? Not different explosions to the scale at certain times. But also you got to think at the the market cap of the stock and what the percentage gain was. Like right here, if you were comparing MULN to AMC's little move right here. It's not going to be quite the same. But for example, right, if you were just going to take the grouping as a whole, you're going to see that they all had a little bit of a rise here. You're going to see they all had a little bit of a rise, a substantial rise here, right? They're moving in these same cycles, same exact movements for all of these companies. Now we have so many here, but let's take out ATR, let's take out Sundial, let's take out BBIG, and let's change this to ATER, because I think, I didn't compare these two quite recently, right? ATR and AMC, but I think that these companies are extremely similar. The way that they're being, attacked, and you can see it right here in the chart. ATR CEO came out and talked about, there's naked shorts within my company. This is illegal. It's happening, right? It's happening. You guys can see right here, overall downtrend in AMC. Same thing with MULN or ATR, right? ATR, AMC. You got. If we take a look, let's take a look at the comparisons. Okay, so December 7th for ATER. Okay, let's take a look. The bottom of this to the peak. You're looking at a 630% gain, right? Take the same move for AMC, which ultimately would have been this one, right? Well, actually, if that move in ATR was, let me see. If this was the first move, you're looking at the January move in AMC actually. So if that's 630%, we can correlate it. Let's see. Let's take the bottom here, right? About 1,000%. Okay, and then you can correlate the next move, right? AMC, about a 500% move in that range. ATR, let's see here. This was the next move, a lot smaller, a lot more of a cool off, about only a 70% move. But when ATR continued its cycle, right? You saw another 630% move. Now the difference here is, whatever happened to AMC, GameStop, this is what I mean when the moves are so similar but hidden in the cycles, right? If you take a look at AMC, you're gonna see that you had, from this run up, right? 600% to 1,000% gain on the first one. Okay, 600 to 1,000. Then you had another 500 gain, and then you had the next move was a 70% move. Okay. Now if you compare this to ATR, right? This is where they don't roll on the exact page. The first run, okay, comparing to AMC, about a 600 move. Okay, 600 to 1,000% move like AMC. If you're coming from the bottom, right? If you're coming from the bottom, you're gonna see an absurd amount. Absurd. Okay, so 600 to 1,000% for both of those. But then on the next move, right? The next move up, Arterian, right? ATER, whatever, ATER, had that 70% move, right? The next run had that 70% move. And then the run after was actually where ATR saw its 500% move. Okay, so these are flip-flopped on certain stocks, AMC, ATR, right? And if this is the case, I can't tell you when this move on ATR is done. I can't tell you when it's done, but right now, you were up about 200% on ATR, okay, for this move, okay, for this move. I can't tell you if it's over. We can't quite say if it's over. But if you're going to correlate that to AMC and just based off of the cycles, let's see right now, AMC saw about 160% move. You really have to see. You really have to see where these ones are going to go. You really do. I think this was too quick. I think this was a lot, very much so too quick to be shut down. I think AMC, ATR, other stocks, obviously, it's obvious they're being held down for a massive explosion. Let's even take a look at the OBV on ATR. I wonder how interesting this is. Let's see. OBV on, wow, this is massive. I think honestly ATR is extremely primed to explode, just the way it's set up. And you know, this is a good thing. Don't worry about ATR if you're not in it, because guess what? If this explodes based off of the cycles, you know, whatever this explodes to, if this explodes 1,000%, okay, it correlates over and over and over, okay, over to AMC, right? AMC saw 1,000%. You would have already passed new highs. If the percentages correlate, it's not the price action, and we just showed it, right? We showed it in this run up, this move, and this move. They all correlate percentage-wise. And if you're looking at percentage-wise and ATR is really going to move, it doesn't matter which one you look at first. I'm just using ATR as an example. If you look at BBIG, okay, if you look at BBIG and it moves first, and this moves, you know, we can take one of these, for example, 500% gain. Very similar. You know, if Sundial moves, this thing has gotten fucked up. You can see this thing has gotten severely fucked up. But honestly, you know, 3,000% in the matter of, you know, how long, you know, half a year. What other, you can look at, you know, Mullen, MULN. I think it's really fucked up on how uncontrollable it is. You know, it's like it's really sad that the market, you know, original stocks, right? Let's give Tesla for example, a nice and easy blue chip stock, a very beautiful blue chip stock, right? On this move, that, you know, in a normal market, in a very normal market, reacts on fundamentals, okay? Very good fundamental, price action is gonna move up, okay? Higher demand for the stock, higher demand than supply. Absurdly simple, and that's how the market should work, right? You know, this is what we mean by you don't control the market. And what I mean by this is a blue chip. Tesla is a blue chip stock, blue chip company, right? It's where these hedge funds go long. This is where the long positions are entered. Then you take a stock like Mullen, BBIG, ATR, AMC, Sundial, whatever it is, right? And you have to wait for these cycles. You know, you're waiting for cycles. Why the fuck? Why do we wait for cycles, you know, to fall through? And this is where it comes in again, right? This is why you don't control the market. Can you take a look at this? This is a stock, ultimately, hedge funds go short on. A stock hedge funds go short on, okay? You have to wait for a cycle to play out, and they give you, you can make a little bit of money. You get your 100% gain here. Overall, it's dying down. They give you your 80% gain here. The overall trend dying down. What company do you know that shorts are in, right? Progenity, Prog, which is going to be it's going to have a ticker symbol change soon. Guess what? They're short on this company. Take a look on any of these. You take a look on any of these stocks. Probably not Prog. Even still Prog, right? Take a look on the on-balance volume. This never correlates to this. Doesn't. This is why, we don't control the market. And it's, I think, a reason this whole movement in general is a thing. So, when people say, I'm not going to give any names, but when people say, it's not about the movement. It's not about the movement. It's about the squeeze. It is about the squeeze, but it's most definitely about the movement. Most definitely about the movement. How about MULN, for example? I mean, this is disgusting. We have to go to the weekly chart to see how disgusting this is, right? We have to go to the weekly chart. Same thing, right? You get your percentage gain here, you're happy. They give you it here, you're happy. They give you it down here, you're happy. But ultimately, you're not breaking the cycle. You're not breaking the cycle, and nothing is short-term and risky for them, right? It really is that simple. You can pull up Apple, a blue chip, weekly chart. Stock moves off of fundamentals. It's so simple. Stock that they're long on, right? You can take any of these, plays that hedge funds are short on, and you could say, AMC this entire time, right? Acquired new theaters. Oh, shitload of new theaters, right? Beat on earnings a few times, earnings estimates, right? Earnings per share, EPS, issued NFTs. You can pay with Doge, Shiba, you can now pay with this crypto, that crypto. They're now going to be selling popcorn in grocery stores, right? Whatever you want to say, the fundamentals, as they would show in a stock like Tesla, they're not here. They're absolutely not here. But good news on AMC is you're coming to a decision point where you can really see, did you fucking lose? Okay? Did you lose? Are you going to continue losing? Or did you fucking win? Okay? Did you win? This is the reality of it. It depends on, will the law step in? How long will it take the law to step in? It's aggravating, really aggravating talking about it. Just seeing how stupid some plays are that, myself, just aggravates me for myself, how dumb some plays are that I make, I played a call here on these days, 40% day, 40% gain, right? I was fucking happy with it. Happy, timed it right. Bang. Guess what? They cheered me up for a bit. But they're still in the win. Right here. You're really deciding. Is this stock on a fundamental uptrend where you can actually burn shorts? Because this doesn't happen with companies they're short on. Or is this stock going to continue? Are you going to lose? Are you going to lose? That's really it. Will you lose here? Will you lose? Let's check. Adam, why do you waste your weekend, dude, dropping your extremely helpful knowledge? LOL, make some friends or something. Yeah, you know, I was respectful to him. I explained already. I explained to him, you know, the fact that, and it's not just him, so I don't have a problem at all. But do what you want to do, man. If you're busy, if you're busy coming and you know, jumping in videos saying AMC, GameStop, they're not gonna go nowhere. You fucking lost, right? Great, man, great. You missed the bus. You lost money, and you know some things. Whatever your financial situation is, people are out there to say, do not invest more than you're willing to lose. You know, if you have to pull money out, help your family, do so. It's your decision to do that or not. If you didn't do that, don't come over here whining and bitching. You know, it's no one else's fault. I would happily have a conversation with, you know, oh, Aiden, that was his name. I thought it was Adam. Aiden, whatever. Adon, I don't know how to pronounce it. I would happily have a conversation if you know, came in here with a nice little fact or, you know, piece of evidence instead of a hard opinion. You guys have anything that you would like to go over here? We can go over some things. Ultimately, we just, you know, what will cause AMC and GameStop to really move? I don't have the answer this second. We're gonna look into some things, but it's a question I ask myself a lot. You probably do too, right? Overall, what are you in here? You are in this parallel channel. Ultimately, it's not even like that anymore. If you're counting the wick, sure, right? If you're counting the wick offs, in reality, this is what you're in, which could be, you know, the mother of all bear traps, which would not be a good thing to see. This is a rising wedge. If this were to, you know, come to a point and you get blasted down here, it's going to be a harsh technical breakout. Harsh, you know, that's my idea of an arrow. Everybody hopping in, if you have any questions or you have anything you want to go over, or honestly, you want to just pop in and drop some rockets or drop some whatever. You know, I know the market's not going right now, but I wanted to hop on stream because it's free time that I had, and I know some things have been, you know, the channel have been slacking a bit. Went over a lot so far. You know, I wouldn't say this is a bad stream to rewatch or, you know, play back. You know, the executive orders, whatever. One thing we can I actually bring up to waste some time here. Not really waste some time, but a share recount. And I think Adam owes it. Adam owes it to the best of us, right? You know, for this share recount. You know, we can go on the live. I'll press on the live right here. And let's. Is it gonna let me pause this shit? Let's get some synthetic likes. Check this out. Synthetic like button. All right. If you look in the description, you're gonna see this signed petition. This is for AMC. You know, I haven't been pushing it a crazy amount lately, but this is for another share recall. And I think Adam Aaron owes it to us, you know, to just get another one of these share recalls going. So if you guys wouldn't mind going to sign this, it takes a second. You know, we can go over it. This petition is to expose the corruption / manipulation among short sellers in AMC Entertainment Holdings lottery stock started this petition, right? Yeah, let's knock that down a notch here. For the years 2021 and 2022, retail investors have been lied to and stolen from abnormal counts of failure to deliver to several glitches in stock price and data. Previously, the issues that occurred in 2021 are continuing to occur, but at much larger scale. The previous share recall, June 2021, stated 90% of the stock was owned by retail investors and was previously stated on March 1st, 2022 by the CEO Adam Aaron himself during the company's earnings announcement that retail currently owns 90%, excluding ETFs. This leaves 10%, and I believe it is only right for a retail investor like myself or anyone with half a brain to realize that the stock price drop from the previous recall date to now, well over 100%, doesn't add up. Okay, if you haven't gotten a whiff of fish yet, just keep reading. AMC free float 515 million retail ownership, 463.5 million institutional ownership, according to Nasdaq. I'm sorry, AMC free float 515 million. And then you have retail ownership, 463 million, which makes up 90% of the free float. And then you have institutional ownership, according to Nasdaq, 176 million. So you have the retail 463 plus the 176 of institutions equals 639 million of free float and of a stock that only has 515 million. Absolutely pathetic. The stuff seen on a daily basis is absolutely disgusting, and everyone who signs this agrees. Okay, the main focus is on AMC, but this occurs all throughout the stock market. Blatant price manipulation on a daily basis stands out, and I, as a YouTuber, fact check until I hit brick walls day in and day out. Glitches from the short interest being at 40% to the hundreds back to 19. I mean, come on. Just with this stock, there's plenty more. Just go on YouTube and type AMC or AMC manipulation. You'll see a handful of facts provided to you by the smartest retail investors who dedicate their time and money into an unfair market. Sign this petition if you demand a share recall on AMC Entertainment Holdings. That's it, guys. If you want to sign this, you know, if you don't want to sign it, at least share it. I haven't been pressing it out as much. You know, we have 935 signatures. I do believe we're going to need more than that. You know, if 935 people all were to, you know, retweet or tag Adam Aaron in something, maybe we could get something working here. I'll just tweet right now at him because we're in a live stream. Why not, right? Let's actually grab the link from this. I didn't press on this, but all right. This thing is getting slow right now. Alright, if you guys want to retweet that, feel free to do so, or tag Adam Aaron under that post. I'm going to link this below as well if you guys want to read into this and do your own DD. Went over it a bit in the live stream. Let's link it down below for you guys. Actually, you know what? We can just link it in the live chat.
If you're using
Too long. Okay, we're going to link it. Edit video. U.S. delisting on May 30. DIDI. Didn't the stock run or something crazy? Okay, definitely not thinking of this one. Unless, well, I'm on the weekly. Let's go to the daily. A little bit of a pop. Yeah, not good for delist. How about Nile? I know this thing ran a bit at some point. Little spikes. Right? Any of these stocks, you could just really just correlate to what we were talking about. Correlate, right? Everybody hopping in. I appreciate you guys hopping in. Seriously. Happy Saturday. You know, this is, I guess, what you could call the pre-Easter stream. Should probably rename the stream. You know, you guys drop me some names. Drop me some potential titles for the stream. I'll retitle it for the best one that I hear. You know, gotta get the live chat active a bit. All the biggest firms in Wall Street have lobbyists to represent them and their interests and help shape regulation legislation. As of next week, so will we, the investors. Stay tuned. Sounds good. Dave Lauer does a lot for the community. Good. Let's talk about making money. Seriously. Krieger's clone, what's good, bro? How's it going? We went over a lot in this stream right now. We kind of just went over everything. Honestly, everything that I know of to go over. Let's talk about really quick, really simply, right? Because I don't know, you know, what got you guys into the stock market? I believe, you know, the ultimate reason is to make money. And if you go on YouTube, you're gonna find these are what you're gonna find, right? And I personally have made a ways to make money from home video, probably really cringy if you want to go watch it, right? Old video on the channel, ways to make money. What you're gonna find on YouTube at some point is stock market, right? Invest in the stock market. They don't tell you trade the stock market, just invest in the stock market. Really, if you don't have money to invest in the stock market, right? What do they tell you? They tell you, you know, Fiverr. You get a job on Fiverr, right? What else you're gonna hear is, hey, you missed it. No problem, bro. I mean, you know, personally, I know it's not the best to play back live streams, but if you want to watch the playback, you can skim to the parts. You can skim to the parts that you want to see, and maybe I'll even clip them and post them. But they're gonna tell you stocks. They're gonna tell you Fiverr. They're gonna tell you eBay. You know, list your stuff from home. Facebook, right? They're gonna tell you YouTube. Now, there's no. At least out of these, right? What you notice is, here's what you notice, right? What do you notice about Fiverr, eBay, Facebook, YouTube that you don't notice from stocks? Okay, this is one of the reasons I love stocks so much. Now, obviously, you have to educate yourself, right? You know, you have to educate yourself. Otherwise, unless you have a load of money already, which if you're watching Ways to Make Money, you probably don't, right? But obviously, you could just invest in blue chip stocks if you already are loaded with money. But what you notice, right, is you're going to hear people say, I mean, personally, I think stocks can be a way to passive income, but you can also lose it. Fiverr, eBay, right? Facebook, YouTube, ultimately are not passive income. It's income, right? You may be selling nothing on Fiverr, right? You're providing value, which is what you're doing for YouTube. Great. You're making money off of what you're providing for value. You know, eBay, Facebook, you're selling your own home items, whatever. But the real only passive income one is stocks, in my opinion, right? YouTube, you can't consider passive income because it does take hard work to get a YouTube up and running. It does. Your money's not working for you for YouTube, for Facebook, for eBay, for Fiverr. You know, you invest into stocks, right? If it goes good, it goes good. And essentially, you know, the $5, $10 you put in are working for you, and it's now at, you know, $7, $8, you know, $20, $30, right? That in my opinion is passive income. And this comes with a large factor of things. Every time you hear assets, liabilities, what do you think of? What do you think of? What do you think of? I don't know. Everyone's mind could be different, but I think of personally assets. What are assets I can invest in? Well, I'm going to think of stocks off the rip, and I'm probably going to come to a blockade, honestly, right? You know, if you buy, you can always, you may be able to flip a liability, but that is then out. It's in thin air. It's disintegrated. I'm trying to figure out the point I'm trying to make here. We all come to the stock market, of course, to make money, and it's really that simple. But I think, honestly, a lot of people in this chat, or a lot of people who watch the channel, who I talk to, or at least who are in the Discord, are extremely smart and definitely don't need to hear this. But I guess it's always a good reminder, especially when there's nothing else to be doing, is the people who, you know, if you want to be financially free, you really have to buy assets. And it's, personally, in my opinion, this is the best way to do it, right? Assets, or you have liabilities, okay? One makes you money. One necessarily, you know, or technically may or may not lose you money. Depending on the asset, of course, you can lose money in the stock market. And depending on the liability, of course, you can make money off the liability, aka flipping a car, flipping whatever, right? Ultimately, some people could say this is needed. This liability is needed. You know, my car is needed. You know, my coat is needed. Gets cold outside, cold in my house. You know, these new pair of shoes, they were needed. My other ones weren't really that bad. But the thing is, if you sacrifice the car, right, the shoes, you know, if you sacrificed both of the money you put into these and put it into assets, okay, and just suffered for a little bit, because ultimately this is what it takes. Just suffered for a little bit. You could now buy, you know, if you wanted to, right? It's all about compound. You could now buy, you know, 2 cars, okay? 2 pairs of shoes, right? It's going to look really sloppy. 2 cars, 2 pairs of shoes, and it's really about compounding your money. And what happens here, right? If you buy the original one pair of shoes, 1 car, you can realistically, if you're compounding, right, invest, you know, the 1 and 1 you have left back into an asset and continue, right? Continue till it grows. Continue till it grows, continue till it grows. And I think that's a big part of the stock market is, you know, people jump in, they lose money, and they don't want to get back at it. Or they're too impatient, or they didn't stick to their trading plan. etc., etc., etc. It's really it. But there was, I'm in the middle of reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I think it's a good book, and I think my family personally does correlate to the poor family, and it is what it is. But you got to be the one to break the generational chain of poverty. Someone always has to do it. Something my friend told me was, I don't know where he heard it from. He did tell me where he heard it from, but the compounding, and it was like something along the lines. Correct me if you've heard it before, but it takes 40 doubles to get to $1 million, something like that. 20 doubles to get to $1 million. With 1,000, right? I'm pretty sure this is it, right? If you have $1,000, it takes 20 or 40 doubles to get to $1 million. This is why compounding is so important, right? I kind of want to make sure I'm right at that, right? You have 1K, $1,000, then gonna become, 2K. Okay, 2K. That's one double. Then gonna become 4K. Two doubles, right? You can go on and on down the list to see if I'm ultimately right. And then you're gonna have, 8, 3 doubles. Okay. Right. 16, 4 doubles. 32, 5 doubles. 64. And then you can go on and 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 on, 128, whatever. Ultimately, if you take this doubling method and you can consistently do it, whether it's with stocks, whether it's with whatever it's with, right? Let's just delete all this. Remove. I don't know how long this is gonna take to remove. You guys get the point. I didn't know really where I was going with this or what I was going over. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where exactly I was going with this, but I'm just trying to waste some time here, buy some time. Tesla has removed the mobile connector accessory with current car purchases, adding it as an additional buy. Mobile connector accessory with current car purchases, adding it as an additional buy. Okay. More revenue for Tesla, I guess. One more time for people in the bank. Alright guys, everybody hopping in the stream, we're gonna stay on real quick, but I gotta take this really fast. All right, we're back. Saw that magic trick I just did on you guys. 9 people still in here. We got to get active a bit, guys. We got to get the chat a little bit more active here. You know? I'm going to plug my phone in on you. If I can find a spot for this. Oh. Yo, yo, yo. We're here, guys. We are here. Just gotta get this thing charging and going for it. Getting a little bit of a slant here. Whoa. Alright. We're good. I don't know. You know, what more is there to go over, really? If you guys have been in the stream, it's like we went over a lot here. You know, I would say if the stream was a bit more active, we could probably do some sort of game here. Or, you know, we could do a fun bet. Let's do a fun bet. And we're gonna stick to it as well. Drop in the comments what I want to hear it by the day. On the day, when will AMC start squeezing? And the factor of this would be the first 100% day. When is the next 100% day? When AMC pops up again, it'll probably get more active. I appreciate you on this. Yeah, probably definitely get more active. Kriegers, you're active right now. You know, you're the one that's active right now. Chat was going off a little bit earlier. I think 25 soon. When is the next? I want to hear when is the next day you're gonna see 100% gain, and I'm gonna give my answer as well. 100% from where we're at is going to be around 37. You're going to get up to about $37. I'm going to go out on a limb, right? I'm going to tell you in a second my answer, but I want to take a look at this just based off of, you know, everything. The next day, you will see 100% gain. All right, guys. If I'm being honest, I don't see a ton of downside here for AMC. Of course, if this were to continue, right, trend that it's in, ultimately, I'm gonna say by June 14th. Before June 14th, I believe. Now I know it's it's a month and a half from now, or honestly, about 2 months from now, right? And that could be way off. It could happen next week, right? Sorry, this. Guys, I could be way off, and it could happen next week. Or I could be way off, and it could happen a lot further down the line, down the road. But based off of where we're trading, based off of the cycles, I'm gonna say you're gonna see that next big move by June 14th. Okay, even on that day will count, right? That's what I believe. You may or may not see it, and honestly, you may see it within the meantime. What you don't want is this to be the cycle you're in, right? Because then you're going to have this chop, this overall replay, This is what would be very boring. And then another sell-off. Ultimately, a time waster breaking this downtrend, or this uptrend. Yeah, guys, go out on a limb. You can clip me. You can post it on Twitter. You can, we'll do whatever you want with it. I'm gonna say, by June 14th is my prediction. That's really it. As for GameStop, this is a little weird because I would say GameStop is closer to the verge of squeezing. And let me see something. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly on GameStop. Jeez. Shorts are really stuck in GameStop. Absolutely stuck in GameStop. Probably on the more harsher scale. But honestly, if you look at GameStop on the weekly, this looks nice. This is a solid spring bouncing off of this trend line. And you could even get that push very, very soon. That same thing with AMC. You could see that tomorrow. I just went on a limb. I said by June 15th. But GameStop, we went over AMC and how it had hard time at these levels that the price was historically at, right? Here, we'll set it back up again because it's no problem. We saw how AMC has had trouble at these levels in the past, right? Resistance, support for a second till it broke under. But you can go back even further, right? Support, support, support. This level overall, and you're seeing it, on repeat, right? So where the squeeze got stopped out, or where the run up in January got stopped out, where this had a hiccup, slight hiccup, where this held support, bounced off of support, where this created resistance from it, and then where this had a little bit of a hiccup, right? Now with GameStop, on the other hand, extremely far away from the value this company has ever been at. Right? Right? $10 stock, $6 stock. I mean, what did you even see? What did you even see here? A fucking 12,000% gain. A 12,000% gain. This isn't even over. Like, you guys got to understand, this isn't over a lifetime. This is not at all. Okay? Let's do August 3rd. Not even the lows of the stock. Okay? August 3rd to January 28th. In 6 months, a 12,000% gain in the matter of 6 months. And ultimately, right? Let's take a look at something. In the matter of 16 days, over 2,200% of this. If GME starts going, AMC will go. Plus, there's a few catalysts coming for AMC. Yeah, I agree. If GameStop starts moving, that's what I think. AMC's coming with it. 12,000%, and yeah, you know, no wonder why those fucking bastards took the buy button away. 12,000%. This would have never stopped. This would have been unstoppable, and that's what you're gonna see. That's really what you're looking at. I can tell you right now, from the peak of GameStop, if this got stopped out at 12,000%, let me tell you something. Let's go in logistics right here. 12,000% got stopped out, right? And we're gonna clip this. We're gonna clip this, right? Let's go down a bit here. If you had another 12,000%, in addition to the peak of GameStop, and no problem, Rhonda. You don't have to watch the replay. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. No problem being late. You can hang out right now, or you can, do that. Whatever you want to do. If you had another 12,000% gain on GameStop, which did happen over the period of 6 months, and most of it over the period of a few weeks, right? If not a month or two. If you had that on top, if the buy button wasn't taken away, you're at a $6,000 stock. There's no beating around the bush. If you had another 12,000% on top of what happened, you're at a $6,000 stock. Off the rip. Which, that's disgusting. That is disgusting. A $6,000 stock. Now, I think if they didn't stop it, this really, I'm not even joking with anybody. This legitimately could have at least ran to 10 grand, something absurd, something absolutely nuts. It's taken me this long to really look at the percentage gains and be like, what the fuck? That's why there's everybody all over YouTube, all over platforms, TikTok, right? They're like, this guy lost this in GameStop. This guy did. I'm like, yeah, the movement was crazy. I love watching these videos, but I didn't know 12,000%. I had no idea. I really had no idea. And if you played yearly calls and you didn't have theta, hit you at that point, what are you looking at? 120,000% gain on your position? Something fucking disgusting. No wonder why you saw the buy button taken away, because
everything about their entire setup of, any stock shorts are short on is in a long-term downtrend. They have to be correct. It's not that they are correct, they have to be correct. It's their way of doing things is to be correct. Otherwise they wouldn't be smart money, they wouldn't be big money, there wouldn't be a Wall Street, right? You got to be smart to be on Wall Street. You have to be fucking corrupt dickhead. I'm not saying everyone on Wall Street is corrupt dickheads, but I'm saying you have to be on Wall Street, right? That's where they get their lingo from. They were getting fucking obliterated. Yo, absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts, man. Seriously crazy. And even on the second jump, right? 675%. Boom. Second jump. Right? Third spike. 150. It started dying out. And they're taking us in cycles. Market makers are in control. And then you had 50, probably another 50. What we just had, 135. If this is the case, right? This shows from here to here. This shows compression. And then this would show, right? Release. A release of compression. Release. Right? That's ultimately what you're going to see Bollinger Bands for. Right? Really is. If they're going to show up here, we'll take it on here, right? It's ultimately why you see Bollinger Bands. The expansion, contract, expansion, contract, expansion, contract, expansion, contract, expansion, contract. Now, if you're seeing this reversal, major expansion, right? And it may or may not be done yet, but ultimately this is what you'd be looking at. This is really it. Really what you're looking at. Welcome. You can beat them. Yeah, we'll show that. Jason, you're right. You have to fit a certain style to work on Wall Street. Fuck them. Me could beat them. Yeah. The thing is, we all, right? If the market was fair, we would have won already. We would have won, but it's not. It's really fucked up. And everyone's in bed. Every single person in power is in bed with each other. It's like a fucking big fucking family orgy of power, politics, and whatever the fuck. I think, first of all, Adam Aaron just tweeted. We can go over that really quick. Let's see what he said. It should pop up, actually. The NBA playoffs start today, so you know where I am. Philadelphia in great seats at the Wells Fargo Center for Game 1. Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Toronto Raptors. Good luck to all your teams, but I am rooting Sixers. Nice. Nice, bro. Just to nag this dumb fuck. Clear debt, buddy. All right. Honestly, I think this video didn't get enough traction that it should have. And you know how Trey based, a video of the options off of an Astro video, right? But he added to it. That's kind of what I did with one of his videos. AMC, the corrupt financial cycle. I think this did not gain enough traction as it should have. 2,000 views, whatever. This video, you're probably gonna get the chills running down your back. That video is nuts. It really is, and it's gonna show you how disgusting potentially is, and how big of a bed that they are in. This is actually really sloppy here. But the reason, let's just go back to the reason. Why did I say this is like, expansion? This is the contraction phase, right? Why did I say that? And then this is where, start expanding. Actually, we could just keep these trend lines overall, right? Expansion. Why did I say that? And this is not just with GameStop. This is with plenty of other stocks. All right, here's why I said it, okay? Now, if you take a look at GameStop, okay, of course, this 12,000, whatever, from the bottom, 12,000%, and you have here, you know, a 75% push, you know, 150, right? Momentum's trying to kick. Then you see it die down, right? 50% push, you know, another 50% right here, 50% push, and then ultimately this sell off, right? 70% drop. Okay. Then what'd you see recently? 100 and about 50% push, somewhere around that range. Momentum trying to kick again. This is where I think shorts may or may not be slipping, right? They've held on the stock. You know, contraction and then expansion phase, where you could ultimately just see the uptrends and the spikes on this half of where we're at. And, you know, you can correlate that, right? We can look at ATR. You can look at this for another example here, right? Let's take a look. A 600% gain, 85% gain, okay? 500 slip. Right now, this isn't over, so you can't really speak on it, right? But the gain you're seeing right now, 200. Okay, this is still, this could still be in, you know, this phase right here, right? But if it's not, this is what ultimately where you're gonna see the stock follow up, right? You're gonna see it follow up from where it's trading at to eventually, you know, new heights. The expansion phase. You know, you take AMC. Remember, this is all theory to look at basics, right? But reality, right? 900%, 600, 80, right? Next jump, and then you have small ones, 30, 230s, you know, and then like GameStop sell-off, about a 70% sell-off, identical, okay? Gain, about 150%, identical, GameStop. You know, you could say the same exact thing, okay? You're in these phases, right? These phases, these long-term phases and trends that at some point have to be reversed, and you may or may not be seeing it happen now. Okay. May or may not be seeing it happen now. Contract, you get a move, expand, start to contract, but ever so slightly, you get a major move, right? Start to contract. And this is where you get pushed down. I think this entire push to the downside was really out of the blue. But overall, you've been contracting, even with this large move to the upside, still in that contraction zone until you see that move. That's really it. Look at ATR with these on too. Jason Webb, question on options. When you reference in the money, does that mean they profited on a call option? Not necessarily. There's a lot that comes into options. That in the money doesn't necessarily mean you profit off an option. That just means that it's past your strike price. Okay, so to keep it simple, right? If I bought a $30 strike, on AMC with a 1 week expiration, right? Yeah, now it does nothing until Friday. AMC is past, let's say it's at $32. My contract is in the money, but there's reasons you will not profit. For example, theta, which is time decay. If I waited that whole week and it made its move Friday and I still had it, chances are that's going to expire worthless or maybe most likely in the negatives. Unless it, I don't know, ran to fucking $70. Something crazy, something absurd. But yeah, it's just past the strike. Same with a put. If you buy a put for, $15 and it goes under, the stock's at $14, right? 15, your strike price is at 14, you're in the money. Okay, puts are to the downside, vice versa. Let's see. I don't know what more we can go over with AMC. You should just this below, so seemed wasteful. On the minor plus side, we'll see we will be including more plug adapters with the mobile connector kit. Ooh, whole Mars catalog tweeted that the Tesla move, right, to remove the mobile connector as a standard accessory with every new car purchase, right? He posted disappointing move. Elon Musk commented usage statistics were super low, so seemed wasteful. On the minor plus side, we will be including more plug adapters with the mobile connector kit. I support this. I have owned 3 Teslas and used the mobile connector twice in 2017. Both on one car. We're usually hooking up to worthless slow charges anyway. Pay $40 or enjoy life at Tesla charges, which are way better anyway. Okay, so Elon pretty much said it's wasteful. That's the reason they're making this move. Me, Kevin agrees. This guy did say it was a disappointing move, but I wonder if that did change his mind. We're just scrolling through Twitter, seeing if there's anything. We're just getting updates on everything. Let's see. Yeah, well, we can. Someone commented. I don't know this guy, but plot summary: Vanguard and BlackRock are the bad guys. Elon Musk is the good guy. Yeah, I like Elon Musk. What do you guys think? Vanguard, BlackRock, bad guy or good guy? Because here's the thing, right? Vanguard is now the biggest shareholder of Twitter and not Elon. Little fishy. Right as the whole debacle is going on. And then Vanguard, BlackRock, major holders in AMC. And it just so happens that hundreds of thousands of shares are being able to be lent out on a daily basis out of the blue. So, you guys think they're the bad guys? Does seem a little fishy to me, but we'll see. Look at these fucking bots. Thanks, Blake, for the follow. Wherever you are, man. Wherever you are. 3 new tweets. Put some calls. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. For anybody honestly getting into options, if you physically or if you mentally cannot wrap your head around options, right? There's the basics you should know are that you're timing the market. That's it. It's purely time. You're timing the market. Let's see. Another question. When you buy a call option at a strike price of, let's say, $10 when the stock price is currently at $4, does profit start at 10 and go up or at? No, it's as soon as you buy it. So if you buy a call at whatever price, if the stock starts going up, there's a lot of factors that play into it. But on the way up, you will be making money. unless you're getting too close to where theta's increasing by a large amount, which is the time decay of the contract. But yeah, to answer your question simply, yes, you will be making profits from that $4 to $10 mark as it goes up. Also, right, for more riskier people, if you buy a closer contract, a weekly one, and you hit it on the money, right, day you buy it, starts flying, you're probably going to make more money from that, right? It was more of a risky bet. You buy a further call, right, out, right, you're probably going to make less. But if you are going to play them on these plays like AMC, BBIG, Prague, I would give yourself personally enough time, like a lot of time. I wouldn't personally play weeklies. And I'm not saying that from what other people say. I'm saying from experience. I've blown up accounts plenty of times because I don't learn the easy way. I can't do that paper trade bullshit. I tried it. I definitely think it's a good thing to do. I really do. But I personally can't wrap my head around things the easy way. So, I was watching, hours of videos for weeks on options, and I thought I had it down, blown up an account, didn't want to touch options for months, tried rewrapping my head around it, getting better explanations, this, that, and I still to this day am, some things just, at some point, you got to realize what to take from it and what to not take from it, right? Of course, if you can gather all the information at once, that's a great thing. But ultimately, I do think some of the Greeks are more to be paid attention to than the others for options. I would just watch how much time you're giving yourself, what the theta is looking like, and what strike price. Know what market you're timing. Really expect it. Great. I'm dabbling in calls, experimenting, and that's what I noticed. My call options are a year out. Can you explain the theta more and time decay? Theta and time decay, there's not much to explain, but when you buy the contract, or if you have it, you can click on it and you can check, right? You'll see the Greeks. It'll say theta point, 0.024, whatever, right? 0.25. You're losing 25 cents. Essentially a day per 100 shares. It depends on what you have, right? Because it could be a weekly and, per share, you're losing 25 a day. It could be a monthly, yearly. Yearly, personally, if you have a call option a year out, like you said, I wouldn't worry too much about theta. If you plan on closing that within the first 7 to 9 months, I wouldn't worry about it. But yeah, it's to keep it simple, right? If you had a bet with your friend, let's say you're writing out a call for AMC, it's fine. You don't believe that this is gonna go to $30 within a week, okay? Your buddy says, you know what? I'll take that bet. I'll buy this. You can keep your premium, right? For writing that out, that's fine. When it gets closer, right? If it gets closer, Thursday, Friday, because anything can happen in the market. News could come out, fundamentals could come out, short squeeze could happen, anything can happen. So you writing that out, the reason for theta is because it's almost as if AMC had a 30% day, and now the trajectory on Thursday, right? It had a 30% day. Now the trajectory on Friday is, well, obviously it's going to break 30, right? It's right there. Of course it's going to break 30. That's simple. I'm not going to hold up the bet, that's bullshit. So when people buy contracts on Thursday betting on Friday, there has to be a major risk and a major disadvantage, which is theta. It evens out the advantages because it's easier to predict what's going to happen tomorrow in a stock than what's going to happen a week from now in a stock, if that makes sense. So theta is the cancellation of that. That's pretty much the simplest way to put it, in my opinion. So you always have to think of the other person on the other side of the contract. Is really it. Jason, if that answered anything, hopefully it did. Who said? Yeah, actually, I want to check on how crypto's doing. I haven't been able to check on crypto. I haven't checked on crypto in a while. Ethereum, not bad. Actually, not bad. I think higher ups know that at some point this is going to be digital. Like the dollar's eventually not going to be worth anything. That brings up another theory, right? Another insane theory. And let me remove these. Another crazy theory, right? Of the digital dollar, whatever that Biden's pushing, the Fed's pushing. AMC squeezing, right? What if the real catalyst is we get fucked over? Now, I'm not saying I believe in this. I'm just saying, right? Say February 23rd of 2023, way out here, right? You know, because the higher ups know things before we do. So right here is when the dollar eventually becomes worthless, and the new currency, for example, new currency is now the digital dollar. Sure, let's cover here, right? Let's cover right before this happens. Now we all have a pointless motherfucking dollar. You know, we made millions, but guess what? If there's no way to, you know, convert it, do this and that, if that could be a crazy theory, if that's a way to, you know, fuck us over, which is that would be nuts. I like to look at how perfect AMC is though right now, right? Because you got this bounce off of this trend line and then a break below. And this is the same trend line from when it hit $1.91, the lowest of the stock, right? Chop, 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 bang, bang, right? Comes up. And then this overall downtrend, right? Start of the resistance, and then it comes up, bang, gets smacked, bang, gets smacked, smacked. You know, false breakout, comes down, and it bounces here, right? It bounces off this. And now, I believe, right, as of January 6th, January 7th, this is where you're really in a downtrend with the stock. This is now where you're in a downtrend. And it got rejected perfectly off of this overall trend line. Perfectly rejected to be in the uptrend, right? But I don't know how long this is going to last. Okay, I don't know how long this is going to last here because, let me see. Let's get this, right? If you throw another one in here, let me see, trend line, right? And forget about the wicks, you're going to really start it from right here. Okay, this is where it really made its move. Now take a look at this, right? This is what you have. Let's get this out of the way. The way this trades is perfect. Okay, it got held up here for a minute, right? It got a little bit of a hiccup and a flag, and it broke out of this resistance. Okay, now this is technically why people say you're out of this 9-month downtrend, because you're going off of the real closing day price action, not going off of a wick, right? You're not going off of the wick. So ultimately, this is why people say, well, you broke out of this downtrend. Well, now what? This is beautiful because it's bouncing. It's trying to bounce right off of this resistance. And if this does, this is a great case scenario overall for AMC. You know, we can see if it happened with GameStop before we lose any focus here, right? Let's see, GameStop. Right? There's the wick on here. GameStop's a bit different. You know, it's not the prettiest chart like AMC is. Ultimately, this is the same spot. We'll make this one yellow, a little bit heavier, right? ultimately this is the same spot, okay, for GameStop. Hiccup, broke through, came down, bounced, okay. GameStop bounced, okay. AMC didn't quite get that. So I do think you're going to see at least a little bit of green on AMC come Monday because I think it has to follow up. I do. I think it does have to follow up, and it didn't quite get the bounce off there. It's kind of hugging it. Let's say worst case scenario, break below. GameStop's coming down to 125. That's that. At least 125, right? Next support on the stock. And AMC, it has to hold this. It really does. It has to hold this level. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. Probably, come down to $15 or so. Yes, to answer a lot of my suspicions. Thanks for all the assistance, fan of your channel. Are you self-taught, Jason Love? Yo, Jason, I appreciate that. Actually, really do. Yeah, I am. I believe. I'm one of those people that believes some type of schooling is a big waste of time. You have books, YouTube, and a lot more available to you than you did back in the day. And I do think you could learn whatever you want, whenever you want. It would convert, right? What would convert? What's happening with GameStop over to AMC? Is that what you're talking about? I do think AMC should get a little bit of a bounce here, hopefully, so we don't see worst case scenario. Overall, I like it though. You broke out of the 9-month downtrend technically, so it is nice. Let's see, because I gotta come over here to see if there's live chats are working and if the people watching are still really in here, because it doesn't work when I'm looking at my stream. So I have to literally look at it from a YouTube perspective. So let's see Twitter and see if anything's going on here. Show 35 tweets. For the Wolves, let's go. Elon Musk funding secured tweets with false new court filings, I guess. Elon Musk funding secured tweets with false. Court filing out late Friday said a judge ruled Tesla CEO Elon Musk knowingly made false statements when he tweeted about a take-private deal for the company in 2018. Shareholders are suing Tesla and Musk to recover money they lost after Musk tweeted that he was considering taking the automaker private at $4.20 a share and had funding secured to do so. After those tweets, the SEC charged Musk with civil securities fraud. They struck a revised settlement agreement in 2019 when Musk is trying to terminate that agreement now. Wow. Alleged securities fraud, one part of criminal ruling. Two shareholders. Let's see. Shareholders are suing Tesla over money they lost after Musk tweeted in 2018. At the TED conference on Thursday, Musk called financial regulators in the SEC's San Francisco office bastards. Musk also said the SEC knew that funding was secured, but they persuaded an active public investigation nonetheless. At the time, Tesla was in a precarious financial situation, and I was told by the banks that if I did not agree to settle with the SEC, that the banks would cease providing working capital, and Tesla would go bankrupt immediately. So that's like having a gun to your child's head. I was forced to concede with the SEC unlawfully. Wow. This is beautiful. I gotta tweet this out really quick because this is nice. Beautiful. Elon Musk, December 21st, 2017. I love Twitter. If you love it so much, why don't you try and take over the company? 17 hours ago. That's fucking crazy. It's fucking hilarious. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. So many tweets I'm just putting out. What is this C-Pain? This is so choppy. So choppy. Fuck. Oh, that was it. Well, I thought it was like me. Smart kid. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Oh man. Dr. Monty. Is this let's see, someone posted a cycle. GameStop. You know who's nasty? Guys, shout out to this guy on YouTube. No, who's nasty. I hopped in one of his streams and he's nasty. Trading with emotions. Let's see. Trading with emotions. Go sub to this guy's YouTube. You know, you're gonna find he's nice. I believe institutions are using crypto for the purpose of leveraging their positions on meme stocks like AMC. Ethereum Classic is one that has been extremely correlated with AMC's price action lately. As you can see here, Ethereum Classic started leading the way in February 2020, and shortly after that, it dropped. AMC began creating the same patterns. They were traded against each other up until December, when they started tracking identical in time our current state. Both are correlated in pattern movements. They are still tracking identical. However, I believe things are about to change. Ethereum Classic rose 30% yesterday, and this week AMC will likely behave similarly to Ethereum Classic, but know that over time we will experience AMC and Ethereum Classic's correlation in times. Now that was March 20th. Is that a call out? Yeah. Extreme call out. Guy's dirty. Guy is dirty. I'll watch him. Yeah, facts. He's good. He's nice. Updated all the terms and conditions. What's up? Let's see. Let's check out the weekly scenario with trading with emotions. Scenarios. Weekly scenario. Okay. A little bit of an uptrend, a little bit of a move. Not bad. Seems like he's correlating these parallel lines that we had here. Right. Somewhere along this channel.
There's a guy named Booksy who's good too. Alright, man. Sounds good. I appreciate that. So something like this, right? Something like this for the weekly scenario. Something very, very, very fucked up, but you can kind of see, right? I mean, just a scenario. Ultimately, guys, I think this is gonna wrap it up for the stream. We went over everything. Feel free to run a playback on the stream. That was fun. It was nice and chill. Nice Saturday stream. I'm also going to be trying. I'm going to attempt to stream tomorrow. It's either stream or video tomorrow. So we'll see. Maybe I'll collect my thoughts together. And probably for the rest of the night tonight, you're either going to see uploads where I'll put live clip in the title, of course. So you don't have to watch it if you've already seen the live stream. But live clip, some cuts from this one. If I find anything, you know, good enough to be able to clip, that'll be up tonight. Maybe some YouTube shorts. What's the best way to notice a breakout on a stock? Most likely to make a move to the upside to make the best decisions for call options. There's a lot of different scenarios. And honestly, this would have been a great scenario. It's hard with these plays because they play psychological moves and then you know, shoot these stocks to the downside. But take this for instance, for example, for AMC, right? If AMC were to have, you know, if you saw this setup back then on AMC, okay, and you saw this breakout right here, honestly, right, you can compare this to now and we'll get into that. But if you saw this, when this came down and tested this trend line, if you saw this bounce right here, this is probably a good time to grab some call options, right? If it broke, for example, depends on what time frame you're getting, but if it broke previous high, this candlestick, right? After getting a release bounce off of here, and you can kind of correlate that with AMC right now, right? Where would you want to see a bounce on AMC, right? It's bouncing off of this overall trend line. Honestly, if it came up, didn't get rejected here, this is a decent spot. For an example, if it broke over this, you know, it's all risky on AMC. It's very much risky. But the basic breakdown is you know, a nice bull flag that you see, right, forming, and a breakout to the upside. As soon as a breakout, if you do it right on the breakout, it's risky because as you guys can see right here, this is a false breakout. If you bought calls right here, which I'm sure many people did, you got fucked. You got fucked and pushed to the downside. AMC is very sketchy with calls. If you have yearlies, great job. But at the same time, anybody who grabbed calls right here at this level, right? We'll make this pink. Anybody who bought calls here, great time to buy calls. You see old support, old resistance, sorry, new support, right? As soon as you bounce off of that a second time, this would have been, for example, passing this would have been a time to get calls. And then you would have made, and this is the very simplistic of it, and then you would have made 67%, you know, 60%, 10x leverage. You're looking at
you know, a good percentage, right? You're looking at a good percentage, at least over 250% on that call, if you get out at the peak, of course. But that's basic breakdown. You can buy off breakouts, you can buy off bounces at certain support levels, and also what you think a stock fundamentally is at. Personally, I do think AMC is at fundamentally $19 to $21 stock within that $2 range. So I think, honestly, at any point in this time for AMC, if you were to grab yearlies or something like that, I do think yes, you could probably make some good money. Take care, LS. Happy Easter. If I don't see you, happy Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. Appreciate you hopping in the stream. Hopefully, you do have a good Easter. You may or may not see me. You should see me, but yeah. Have a great Easter. Make sure you do what you got to do, however you celebrate it. Got church and nice family meal, family dinner. So however you guys do your Easters, enjoy it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Calm, cool, collected. Hop in the free Discord link down below if you want to get into plays together throughout the week in stocks, make some money, post gains. Talk about news that comes out faster because it's faster out on the Discord than it is on YouTube, and the Discord's free. Also, guys, if you want to make any extra money, feel free to hit the link in the description and get. If you download Moomoo and deposit even a penny, you can deposit $1 and you still keep that and you can invest it. But you will get free stocks. You don't have to do it, but if you do it, it helps me out. So that's dope too. Happy Easter, guys! I appreciate everybody hopping in. End stream right now. Let's see. If you guys want, I'm not too familiar with Froggy Styles, but I haven't hopped in one's live stream. But it says that he's going live now, talk about AMC. So if you guys want to switch over to that, feel free. Tell him I sent you. Love you guys. Lottery Stocks out.